Man, after Insurgent, this movie is exactly what I needed, and I'm actually going to go as far as to say that unless lots of really good movies come out over the next year, $10 says It Follows makes my favorites of 2015 list. And did you see the face in the title? Look at that. It's a little face. Look at it. So yeah, this movie is awesome. But I should say it is not your average horror flick, which is why it's so awesome. This movie may not be the scariest I've ever seen, but it's clever with what scares it does have, and it knows how to build tension and is genuinely creepy throughout. I easily spent 90% of this movie just uncomfortable, but that was the point. Now, this movie is about a lot of things, something the writer-director of it has admitted himself, and I love movies that are open to interpretation. They are just so much more interesting to me. One theme in particular that I felt very strongly the entire movie was that about stalking. And the way that they did it was through cinematography. So many of the shots in this movie are filmed at a good distance from the characters, or from behind them, or from outside of the room or car where the action is taking place. Many a long shot of girls clipping their toenails, brushing their teeth, applying their makeup, or scenes of sexual intercourse are shot in a weird, detached way that distances the audience from the characters and makes our viewing of what is happening both haunting and unsettling, as the audience is given the perspective of an uninvited guest creepily spying upon these characters. Or scenes that are shot so uncomfortably close it feels like a violation or an invasion of privacy. And the movie very effectively shows the effects of being stalked or harassed as the lead character spirals into paranoia as she's unable to sleep or even just be alone and constantly is on the lookout or constantly glancing over her shoulder fearing that someone could attack her at any second. This glimpse into that kind of psychological battering is one I am not going to forget anytime soon, and it's because of how it made me feel. And you're taking notes on this, right, Platinum Dunes? Because these are the things that you are not doing and should be. Now, all that was just the theme that I felt the most as I was watching the movie, but again, the writer-director has said he had many things in mind as he made the film. The relentless force that pursues the characters in this movie could be interpreted many different ways. Psycho stalkers, like I have already discussed, but also AIDS, date rape, STDs en masse, people changing after sex, the loss of innocence, things in life you have no control over, and probably a whole bunch of things I haven't even thought of yet. This movie also has a real timeless feel about it, as TVs and cars seem decades old, but at the same time there's also cell phones, or what I think was a cell phone, but then there's black and white movies, and then the thing that I think was a cell phone might actually be something that doesn't exist yet, so the future? And this whole timeless feel and nature of the movie makes me wonder if there's some kind of message for the ages about coming into sexual maturity that I just completely missed because I was so enthralled by the cinematography. That's definitely possible. This is one movie I'll need to watch again, and I'm already dying to do so, even though I just watched it a few hours ago. So, if you're down for thought-provoking sexual horror, or want something unsettling yet mindful, or simply just want to see something different, check this movie out. If nothing else, you'll never forget it. So, I'm Lindsay, and... What? Oh God, no. No, it's been too long. It's been more than 7 days. It's been 4,749, give or take a couple hundred. Any statute of limitation.